Are you afraid to ask for a speaking fee because you are new in the speaking career? Are you afraid that you will be giving away all of your knowledge for free? And if you have to travel, when we were traveling, are you worried that you will have to pay out of pocket expenses to make your talk happen? So let's get to today's live. Without an awesome plan, free public speaking won't actually lead to paid. Oh, I see I have someone on my live. Hi, Taria. Thank you very much for joining me. I really appreciate it. Never share your expertise and knowledge for free. Have you been told that? I know I've been told that before. Oh, one second. You must be strategic with sharing your speaking engagements for free. It's the WIIFM theme. You know, the what's in it for me. You want to gain value from them in exchange for your participation. Speaking for free is training you get for experience. Now, I'm not recommending that you speak for free forever, just long enough to prove yourself and get noticed. It's also a great marketing strategy when you are first starting out. Speaking for free is not always a bad thing, so don't look at it like that. It's not a bad thing. Speaking for free always has its advantages, and you want to be strategic about working those advantages. Now, what are some of the advantages for speaking for free? And what are some of the strategies that you might be able to use when you speak for free? Well, I would suggest number one, that you ask for video testimonials for your website. Now, as a new speaker, you need to have these particular things on your website. And if you don't have any testimonials, this is a great way to get testimonials for your website. Now, after your speech is over and you have wowed the audience, you want to make sure that you get video testimonials for your website from the audience. You can either take the videos yourself, or better yet, make sure that you take someone with you to take video testimonials for you so you can be free to mingle and get to know your audience better. Video testimonials are gold. They're like money in the bank. Who better to brag on you than the audience that you spoke with? You know, you can talk about yourself all you want to about how great you are, how great your speeches are, but people will believe someone else and what they have to say about you before they will believe you. And that's just the truth. Now, what way for someone to believe you? Then video testimonials. Video testimonials are better than written testimonials. And I'm not saying don't get written testimonials, get written testimonials too. Get all the testimonials that you can. But with video testimonials, people can hear the excitement in people's voices. They can see their facial expressions, their hand expressions. You know, some people can be really animated as they're given a video testimonial of you. So make sure that you get those testimonials, make sure that they're video testimonials. And when you get those testimonials, make sure that you spread those testimonials all over your website. And that's on your homepage, your About Me page. Have a testimonial page strictly for testimonials. Put it on your contact page. Spread those testimonials all over your website, because you never know when people are landing on your website what page they might land on. And it's not always the home page that they land on. So spread those testimonials far and wide all over your website. Now, when people were traveling, and we will get back to traveling eventually, make sure that you ask for travel reimbursements. Now, one of my questions was, were you afraid to speak because you might have to come up front with travel expenses. Well, let me talk a little bit about that right now. If you have to travel to a speaking engagement and you are paying for the flight, your hotel expense, food, etc., make sure that you ask up front for the host to reimburse your travel expenses. You should not have to pay for any of those expenses, especially if you are speaking for free. You don't know that until you ask. You have to ask. Don't assume that they don't have a budget to pay you and reimburse you for your travel expenses. Now, I've talked to new speakers before in the past, and I've heard them say that they've had free speaking engagements where they had to travel out of town and they paid for their flight, their hotel, and their food. And they were not happy campers. And I don't blame them because traveling and paying for all those expenses, especially the hotel expense, can be quite expensive. They had no idea that they could have asked the host up front if they could have been reimbursed for those expenses. So make sure that you do your due diligence on a company first to see if they will pay for your expenses and ask. And I can't stress that enough. Make sure that you ask them up front if they will reimburse you for your travel expenses. And also, another thing that you want to do when you're speaking for free is offer your products, your books, if you have them, or webinar. The host of the event will want to know if you have something to offer the audience after your speech. Now, this is a time for you to get prepared and have all of your products together. Now, just make sure that you choose one thing, only one thing, I will repeat myself, that you want to offer at the end of your speech. Now, if you have a book, an ebook to sell, or if you have an upcoming webinar, if you want to build your email list and you have people you want to stay in contact with, if you want them to sign up for a discovery call with you, or you have a learning program, choose one of those things that you want to offer at the end of your speech. Now, this is the way that you want to do that. You want to build your list. I'm going to say that you want to build your list. Well, make sure that you have something that you want to offer to the audience where you can collect email addresses. That's a great way to build your list. Now, make sure that you want to negotiate that with the host by letting the host know that you're speaking for free and this is what you want to do. But I have another way, another great way for you to make some money if you approve this with the host up front. Let's say that you have a book or an ebook that you want to sell. Sorry, I was trying to read the message that Taria was telling me. Let's say that you have an ebook or a book that you wrote and you want to sell it, and you've already agreed with the host. She said that yes, you can sell your book. You can offer that at the end of your speech. Let's say that your book sells for $20 and your audience is 50 people. It could be less, but I'm just going to use 50 as a round number. Now, you sold your book to 50 people in that audience at $20 a book. That's $1,000 that you just made for speaking for free. Now, I would say that would be worth speaking for free. Like I said, have a strategy when you go to these free speaking events. Speaking for free does have its advantages. Now, also ask the host if you can get a copy of the database of the attendees. Now, what can you do with the database of the attendees? That's email addresses for you. That's another angle that you can use, but you have to approve that with the host before your speaking event. Now, I just gave you 3 ways to speak for free, and it's to your advantage.